Alright, you guys, we are live at Bertha Holt Elementary in Eugene, where hundreds of people are getting together to create food boxes. It ruins everything. You know, the whole look. Oh, look at you. See, I don't have to do that. Look at you. Look at you. So where are you from?
St. Helens, Oregon.
What brought you here?
Mod Pizza.
Mod Pizza? Are you a Mod Pizza-er? You are. Show them your hair one more time in real life. See? But we're putting food together, so the hair's got to go under. That's awesome. Oh! I think that's kind of no fair to bring your own.
Yeah. Because I didn't get it covered.
Hey, Barbara.
Did that pass?
That's awesome.
We're there. All right, hand sanitizer and gloves.
Yes.
So you guys, we are at Bertha Holt Elementary. These are people, cannabis growers, they're church members, they're business people, all getting together to put together food boxes to give to local schools so kids have food to eat. How much more like Jesus is that? All right, you guys, you ready?
What's up?
Okay, so let me talk to you here. So, is this kind of what it's supposed to be like?
Yeah.
Like if you're a millennial and you're going, okay,
you know,
we're taking care of, isn't this what Jesus said to do?
This is exactly what Jesus would do, and being someone who actually was a recipient of this kind of stuff, now that I get to pay him back.
Oh, what?
This is a big deal.
What do you mean?
So, as in, I was on free and reduced lunch all through middle school and high school, and my family got a lot of different stuff from food pantries and whatnot, so the fact that I get to help those kind of kids as well now that I'm in college is a big deal.
That is so dang cool. What's your name?
I'm Jesse Gerlach.
So what are you at NCU? What are you going to be?
Yeah, I'm at NCU. I'm studying to be a nurse practitioner right now.
So if you decide to grow up, that's what you'll do?
That's exactly what
I would highly recommend not growing up. Just do that. Okay? Trust me.
Yes, sir.
It's way better to be immature
sir.
the rest of your life. Thank you for telling us that.
Thank you.
How's that for rubber hitting the road? Huh? Did you get that? Was okay, my man.
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
Matthew McFarland, Hoodoo Ski Area.
So he's one of the owners of Hoodoo Ski Area. I already talked to your son on the last show, but we're doing two now because it just happened.
Yeah.
So your boy,
Finney.
Tell what he did.
Finney did his Eagle Scout project, and he did a Generosity of Feeds event up at Hoodoo. And he went and he raised all the money himself. He overfunded by about $2,000 and sent the extra money down to this event. So, and here we are helping these guys.
So that's, as a dad, that's gotta be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to have a 13-year-old son who, number one, cares, and then two, has the motivation and gumption to get out and fundraise that money by himself. He did it. I didn't do it at all. He went out and he talked to people about what it is, talked to them about the cause, and he convinced people to pay up their hard-earned money to help others out.
Why is this, like standing in here, kind of gives you goosebumps?
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. Looks like there's about 300 or 400 people here who care about somebody besides themselves. It's just great. People willing to donate their time, their Saturday morning to come and help somebody less fortunate.
And nobody here gives a darn whether you're on the left or right or middle or what your party affiliation is or what church you go to, whether you go to church, whether you smoke pot. Nobody really cares.
Nobody cares at all. We're just here smiling, having fun. We don't even care if you ski or snowboard. Either one, we're happy. We're here having a good time, and all they care about is if willing to help out, carry a bag, and fill some food.
Matt, thanks, man.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, let's see this process. Here we go. You guys are the bag people.
We are.
Look at all this stuff, guys. Pretty dang cool. Pretty dang cool. Here we go. We're going to get up here and walk here. What's going on?
These bags are so awesome. Here you go, man. Oh, good job. There you go. Put it over the box for them. It makes it easier, okay?
You guys are the most efficient line I've seen so far. Thank you. You made that just flow for me. Everybody else would stop, and then it doesn't work. So, oh my gosh. What? Okay, this is Aaron, and he's the pastor of which church?
North Park Community Church.
And what's your last name, Aaron?
Box, B-O-X.
B-O-X.
Yeah.
That's why he's here. They box up food. He lived up to his name.
Thank you.
So, I got to tell you, we got a kid over here. You're gonna die when you hear this guy. NCU. I asked him, why are you doing this? He says, because I was on free and reduced lunch my entire life, and my family got help from the schools, and now I get to do this again.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how often we hear that kind of story. And in fact, there are also people here today that I'm certainly not going to single out. But one of the cool things is some of the families that are receiving food are actually here participating as well, which just is a beautiful thing that even those who are in need can be a part of the solution. And there's something really powerful in that. So yeah, we have lots of people that have those kinds of stories that growing up, they were recipients, and it's meaningful to get to give back.
So how did you get connected with this? I mean, obviously as a pastor, you're preaching that Jesus said, feed your sheep.
Right.
And he didn't mean just the sheep in your church. He meant all the sheep. And you're taking that pretty darn seriously, because you got Cannabis Growers here, you got Mod Pizza, Hoodoo, you got left, you got right, you got middle, you got Green Party. It doesn't really matter when you're taking care of kids.
Yeah. So it's a long story, but this goes back to, you're right, this is at the heart of why I'm a pastor. I'm not a pastor just to talk on Sunday mornings. My joy is whether people are part of a church or not part of a church, connecting them to the mission of caring for people, which is certainly central to my faith. But it's an opportunity, as we talked this morning, there are people around the table who normally wouldn't be around the table together, but we have this shared mission and shared cause of feeding hungry kids. And it's just an opportunity for us to break down some walls and recognize we can enjoy relationship with one another and be neighbors and love each other as we do good together. So.
Aaron, don't you think this is especially important right now when our country is so divided?
Yeah.
And you guys are doing what I believe the church is really supposed to be doing, and that's bringing people together, not about just Jesus, but about taking care, what Jesus said to do.
Yeah. It's about not being divided. It's about finding ways to be connected with one another. And it really is, I'm a pastor. This is way bigger than the church. I got real loud. People are having fun. We just backed 1,000 or 2,000 meals, so they're cheering.
Oh, God. In 10 minutes.
Yeah, it goes real quick. So, yeah, you're right. We need this kind of thing as much as possible in our lives. We are so divided for every single reason. And to find a reason to come together, especially when we build community around serving other people, it's just different than any other kind of community that we experience.
And I think the thing that you guys are doing that I really like is you do it without motivation. I mean, your motivation is to serve people, not to bring them to your church or do something, get them to tithe, which I think, we have this reputation.
Right.
You guys are at a purity because you bring all these people together. It's just, you just serve. And when you do it like that, people smell that. They sense that, don't you think?
I hope so. I mean, that's, if you were listening in our opening, we don't plug our church. We plug the businesses that are making this happen. We plug our neighborhood. We want to empower the people in our community who want to do good, for them to be recognized by it, and just an opportunity to all do it together. So, absolutely.
I really like this song.
We'll have to thank our DJ.
Yes, our DJ Dave Villanuevas. This is a good song for him. He picked it, I'm sure, for that reason. So where is our other gentleman who's with the company? Tell him something.
Let's find Ron.
Okay.
Ron's right here.
Hey, Ron.
Ron.
I know you have this important job.
Okay.
But so you guys, this is Ron. What's your last name?
Flabundy. But you're never going to remember that.
And I couldn't spell it if you asked me to.
No, you couldn't.
He must know me. So how are you involved with Generosity Feeds?
So I'm the founder and CEO of Generosity Feeds.
How did you come up with this idea? Well, you probably read your Bible, but I mean, how did you come up?
So we did years ago, we did a food packaging event where we created 40,000 meals in less than 2 hours with 450 volunteers. And I went to a business buddy of mine and was sharing that story, and he looked at me and he was like, that's amazing. And then he said, so what did you do with all the food? And I said, well, we sent it overseas. And he went, that's nice. Now, what are you going to do to feed kids in our local community struggling with hunger? And that one question changed my life, and as a result is changing hundreds of thousands of people's lives across America.
So where else is this done, and how much do you, as an organization, how much do you do in a year?
So this year we're on track to do 1.2 million meals in 26 states across America.
No.
Yeah.
Seriously?
And
incredible.
To jump in, Rick, what's cool is all those meals are packed in events just like this, where you have people from all walks of life who maybe haven't even volunteered, maybe don't even know of the need going on in the community. One of the cool things is Gen Feeds is this bridge for businesses, for churches, for PTO groups, for whoever, to bring people around the table, not only to make those 1.2 million this year, that's
1.2.
amazing, to make those meals, but to be directly engaged personally in the process.
We have an organization here in town called the Burrito Brigade, and every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, they put together 500 meals a day and take them out and just hand them out to people, and it's all free, and they're just doing stuff. Can you imagine what we could do as a community? Why is this just once every so often? I mean, we could do this once a month, and there would be no hunger in our community.
Right. It is complete. Here's what we've learned. When businesses choose to use their business as a force for good, it has the ability to completely wipe out local hunger with children.
And here locally, that's Mod Pizza.
That's Mod Pizza. That's Voodoo. That's Soul Revolt. Hoodoo. Yeah.
That is so amazing. I don't know about you guys, but are you kind of just going, how did we not think of this sooner? I guess timing is everything.
Timing is everything.
Yeah, it's not what we haven't done, it's what we're going to do.
That's right.
And so some of the families that are actually being served are here today helping too.
Absolutely.
That is so awesome.
Which, the beauty of that is it allows them to keep dignity. Because when the food comes home, they help make it.
Right. So I see a lot of young people here.
Yes.
What a stupid question I'm going to ask you, but I want you to answer it. What are we teaching them?
We're teaching them the value of service and generosity, the value of giving back, because that's what changes people's lives.
And while this does feel good, it's not about a feeling. It's about commitment to make sure that the kid sitting next to you in the class is not hungry. That's right. And not at a disadvantage where you are.
That's right.
And that you get to be part of that, not judgmental, but you get to be part of helping them out.
That's
that is the magic behind what you're doing here, I think.
Yeah. And that's, you heard a 13-year-old on stage who's personally involved. My daughter is leading a table across the room, and she couldn't wait for today because she wants to be able to do something and be involved. I think that's true at every event, right?
Yeah, every event.
We have this amazing opportunity where kids recognize they can actually do something and be a part of the solution.
Where's the Mod Pizza people? Oh, there he is, right over there. Hey guys, I'm gonna go grab the Mod Pizza guy. Okay. You can or don't. What you got stuff to do, you're fine. You can hang out with me.
Fantastic.
Oh, there you are.
How's it going?
Okay, we're gonna talk to this man. So you're with Mod Pizza here locally?
Yes, sir.
So why is this something Generosity Feeds? Why is that something you get involved in?
It's a great opportunity to give back to the community and impact the local children who are dealing with hunger. On a personal level for myself, it was something that I struggled off and on throughout life, foster care, things like that. And so to be a part of a company that can partner up with Generosity Feeds and make this impact, packaging these 12,500 meals, it's a great opportunity to feed some of the local kids who are really, really suffering.
So you were one of the families.
I am.
What was that like? Growing up like that?
It was really tough. There were a lot of days where going to school, it was, just that was food for the day. And if not, you get home and you'd have a little bit to sit there and snack on throughout the day. It was a very short period of my life, probably about 3-4 months there, where one of my foster homes just wasn't the best. But outside of that, it's hard to be hungry. And so it's a great opportunity to be a part of this right now.
So when you see these people out here doing what they're doing, are you just like going, this is so cool?
It is. I'm loving it. I'm back here jumping for joy and watching these guys get these boxes filled with these meals. It's fantastic.
All right. Hey, thank you again. Did I get your name?
Yeah, I'm Chris. I'm district manager for.
Okay, so you guys, when you're going to places around town and you're using businesses, if you want pizza, you need to go someplace where they're doing the things that you agree with, like this. That helps support them, which then helps support these projects. I know you know that, but I'm going to remind you every time because I'm a nag like that. Okay, you guys, you're welcome, man. Okay, I'm going to take you back through the audience, the crowd here. We're going to go get some pizza. You guys look like you're like kind of.
We're having so much fun.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking you guys are on this. Oh, and you're the Mod Pizza people.
We are.
Mod Pizza.
And we have 2 sealers.
You what?
We have 2 sealers.
You're the first one done, so we got a second sealer.
Rock stars. Plus we have a good little runner.
Rock stars. Bye guys.
We need a box.
Need a box?
Need a box.
Thanks, Max.
You guys are dangerous.
Yeah. Moving, shaking, moving.
You're on. The Mod people down there think they're really faster than everybody.
Come on.
Show them up.
All right.
Where are you guys from?
We're from McCormick.
Cornick Elementary.
Frank Elementary?
Yeah.
I was just there doing a live with the reading program. Smart Readers, yeah.
Nice.
Awesome play. All right, man, I'm gonna slide through. Sorry, I'm interrupting. Whoa. I kick things around here.
See that?
Okay, so this is how I found out about this, basically. Come here, your music's really loud. So you gotta come out here, David. So, you guys know Dave.
Hello,
And you're with Soul Revolt.
I am.
And how are you involved with what's going on here? I know you connected with Aaron and those folks. You came in here one time, I heard, and you heard about this and you were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Aaron from North Park asked me to bring Pedal Power here a few years ago to do this event, and then it started to plant the seeds with Mod Pizza doing their grand openings, and then as the years progressed, I was like, what if we did an event like this where we shut down a ski resort? And that's when Hoodoo came on board this last year. So it's been years in the making, and essentially putting sustainability, growing food, getting people together to feed people and passions and get this going.
Why is this so, I know already, but they don't. Why is this such a big deal to you? Because this is stuff you want to watch, look out there, and honestly, you could cry watching this.
Oh no! When we just did this in March up at Hoodoo, it was really emotional for me and for a lot of people. We can look at politically what's happening in our community and our country, but finding ways to get together to connect. And bottom line, people need to eat. There's a growing, burgeoning industry that's happening in our state and is sweeping the country, but we also want to cross that over with growing food and the philanthropy, making that connection. So
Soul Revolt, and Soul Revolt is involved because you guys are a lighting company and a system, really.
Well, yes, we do vend a lighting system, but we're also more about looking at lighting, the airflow, watering, the soil systems within the agriculture industry to really create some disruptive sustainability to really make a difference.
So your work in the system, Mother Nature, you're understanding how she grows and putting her on steroids a little bit and really making it work. You're growing food products, so you guys are doing a project right now for Mod Pizza where they can grow tomatoes year round.
Absolutely.
In containers, like the big train car containers.
Absolutely.
With the special lighting that they've created and the system and timing, and it's way too technical for us to tell you about.
No, it's just essentially growing food locally right at the source. So instead of shipping it and trucking it and spending those resources, we're keeping it right in close. So we're looking at using Eugene, Oregon as a flagship for that national brand.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And we're already doing it.
Oh yeah, it's happening.
So
right
how
now.
fast can you grow a tomato? Do you know yet?
Well, we're on track to grow, with our current system, we're on track to grow about 40,000 pounds this year to offset local, whether that's within University of Oregon with housing, whether that's restaurants in town. That's just with one unit.
So a restaurant could have one of these in a place, and this is what's happening with Mod.
Well, yeah, most restaurants local in town, they don't get the tomatoes between like November to now because it's so prohibitive to bring and to spend that money on fuel, etc. But yeah,
so
right
now
here.
You're growing it right here in greenhouses, so to say.
Yeah.
And with your lighting system. So So this is putting, and what we love about this, us two, is because this is bringing the left and the right and the middle, and nobody knows who anybody is. We got cannabis growers in here, we've got church members, and everybody here is just working for one common good, and that is to feed school children in our country, and in our city, actually. Yep. And if everybody, I was saying to Aaron, why do we just do this once every so often? We could do this. I mean, I think there's so many people out there that are getting pretty zagged about this thing. I think you could do this a lot, and we could really make a huge... There should not be, in this day and age, in the wealthiest country in the world, there should not be children in our schools who are hungry. That is just horrible.
I think if we're looking at the political structure and things that are happening in our country, if we were just to shift it a little bit more and provide this opportunity for some of the wealthiest to shift that into it, there wouldn't be hungry people. We would be the greatest nation again in the world, and which I think we are. But I'm super excited about what's happening here. And you're right, we could do this monthly to do a feed like this, but also what we're looking at is providing infrastructure to allow the community to grow their own food. So if that's with Avant Gardeners, if that's with the Burrito Brigade, Food for Lane County, we don't care. We want to get together to support that, and the restaurants will be a part of that as well.
David, thanks.
Yeah, thank you for.
I'm not going to leave you that way. David hooks me up with the best stories. He's my producer.
We're practicing.
That's why we can't hear you.
All right, ladies, you're live, just so you know. And gentlemen.
Just what I wanted was to be alive.
Oh, well, then I'll make sure you get on the camera.
Thanks.
And your hair looks great like that.
Thanks, Rick.
Look at that.
I like yours as well.
She's looking at me like, wait a minute.
Are you out of your mind?
Why is this such a big deal? Why is this such a big deal?
Because I love kids. And I love helping. I love helping so much.
And to think that there's children in our community that are hungry is a really bad thing, isn't it?
It really is. I used to go and help lunch ladies when I was a kid just so I could get a meal. And so I understand how it is. And I'm really happy to be here and do this with everyone here.
3,000 meals.
Thank you.
Great job, you guys. Keep going.
Oh, it's live. Yeah, Facebook Live. We're getting everybody out there. There you go. You can do what you want, man. Thanks. You got a good haircut too, buddy.
Thank you.
Can I talk to you? So why is this such an important? What are you sensing today here?
I love the sense of community and working together, having a great time for a great cause on Pay It Back Day.
Don't you think it's kind of cool that nobody knows what your affiliation with anything is?
It is. We're all just the same, packing food for people we don't even know. We're just packing food for our community. It's a great feeling.
It's kind of the way it's supposed to be, huh?
It sure is. Everyone working together for everyone else.
That's right. Thank you.
Thanks.
So you guys, that's what's going on here. This is Generosity Feeds, and there's, I would guess, 300 people in here from churches, from cannabis growers, business people, Mod Pizza, all kinds of folks, and they're all here for the same purpose, and that's to make sure that school kids, this food that's being packaged, they'll package 12,500 meals today in 2 hours, maybe 2.5, and then that food will be distributed to local schools and given to children and families who are struggling to make ends meet and who don't have enough food. So for the folks who are in the churches here, this is what Jesus told them to do, and they're doing it. And for the people who aren't in those communities, it doesn't matter, because they're all here working together, showing that it doesn't matter if you're a left or a right or a middle or a upside down or a green or whatever. What matters is that you're feeding people and you're taking care of your community. So I am in heaven. This is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, this is exactly what it's supposed to be. So we couldn't do it without Mod Pizza, Solar Revolt Lighting, Hoodoo Ski Lodge, Generosity Feeds. Aaron and his church, local folks in the growing industry. I'm going to get one last little comment here from Aaron. So Aaron, sir.
Yes, sir.
So to wrap this up, when's the next event like this? How do people find out more about Generosity Feeds, that kind of thing?
That's a great question. They can go on, we have a website, generosityfeedseugene.org. Generosityfeedseugene.org. It's kind of long. But that's where people registered for this event, which is now obviously full. But there's information on there on how to get involved, how to get connected. That's probably the easiest way.
And if you're a business out there and you saw this and you're thinking, this is what I need to do, get a hold of Aaron and his crew.
Reach out to me. We'll get you connected and help you find partners to make more of this happen.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us here today.
Thanks for
this is really fun. I mean, that's pretty dang cool.
It's a good time, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you with a shot of what's going on here.
Awesome.
The DJ's going to crank the music. I want every table to show me your best dance moves. And here's the thing. The table with the best dance moves gets free coupons from Pizza.
Okay, we have a little dance contest here.
What's your best dance moves? Jolene from Mod Pizza, come on up here. I think we found our winner. Table roll! Good